Omo, this hustle was real. See me hustling, turning that big pot of bushmeat pepper soup. One would think that the bushmeat seller end up giving me one plate to lick for free, without paying for. I started from the roasting, washing, cutting, every single step I assisted. Did it worth it at the end of the day? Hi, kings and queens, spend the day with me. When I got to this place, the bushmeat seller have already started roasting the bushmeat before I took over from the roasting. Of course, before you eat any bushmeat, you have to start from roasting the hairs. You have to put it on that fire just to burn out the hairs, for you to have access to wash it and get a very clean skin. Where I come from or where I grew up from, bushmeat is a very, very special meat, which we don't joke is a meat that you can see around our forest, right? So our hunters go to the bush or go to the forest, to hunt the meat. It's not that expensive, and we that don't hunt will just buy and prepare it ourselves, or rather you go to a normal restaurant, the way they get other meat you buy. But there's a particular community in my area which we call Omagwa, where they know them for bush meat, different species like antelope, grass cutter, and other bush meat. So when you go there, whether morning, afternoon, night, you either you get the food dry one or fresh one, or you get the pepper soup dry one and all that stuff, right? So which I assisted, as you can see, from the roasting, washing, and now they have to dry it first. After cutting and washing, they spice it and put it on the fire. Before they use it for pepper soup, they have to dry it a little bit. I don't know why, which I did not ask. I'm sorry, next time I'll ask. But I believe it's for the skin to be a little bit strong, and of course they don't allow it to be on the fire for too long, just kind of mini dry, just for the skin to be stiff. When you eat it, you enjoy it. So look at me here assisting the bushmeat seller and his wife to turn the meat. Just have to have experience. I'm that one person that I'm, of course, as a traveler, lifestyle and adventure, I love trying things myself. I don't just sit and watch. Look at this, they've dried it a little bit. Now it's time for them to remove it on the fire, as you can see. So what she did was to use the toothpick, just to hold on the skin and the flesh together. So when they are cooking it, it will not separate, because it's for sale, not for eating. So they just have to. So the size is, they've already cut it size by size. They know how much they're going to save one. So for it not to scatter, they will lose or whatsoever, they just have to use this toothpick. At this point, we are already cooking. Now, before we started cooking, they first of all and put the antelope, because the antelope skin is very big, is very, very strong. So it's two species of bushmeat here, antelope and the grass cutter. So here is me assisting. I was turning, I was just the one turning. I have to make the fire so the meat will burn properly. As a proper village girl, I grew up in the village. All of this is not a big deal for me. I know how to do them. Is my daily life. Even before I left my hometown, to school and everything, started using gas. But firewood to date in my father's house, so we still use it. It's not a big deal. Anywhere I go, I jump into the firewood as a babe. So look at the bushmeat is already on the fire, boiling, guys. So the spices of this bushmeat, they only use very few common ingredients, just fresh pepper, either mix of dry pepper, maggi, which is seasoning cubes, salt, and I think salt and onions. That is just it. So maybe in your own house, like, and scent leaf. What I just added was scent leaf. What you saw me added in that pot of bushmeat is scent leaf. I went ahead to turn it. It's almost ready. In our place, scent leaf is a very, very special vegetable for pepper soup. It have this beautiful, beautiful aroma, and of course a nice taste. If in your country you don't use scent leaf and you come to Nigeria to consume pepper soup, you must have a taste of our scent leaf. It's a very special and medicinal leaf we use in almost of our pepper soup, or all of our pepper soup, both fish, chicken, bush meat, white meat, red meat, anyone we use scent leaf. Maybe you can add other ingredients in your house. And this is my own plate, so I requested for them to give me 3 pieces of meat. So they sell this bush meat per pieces of meat. Each of the meat is 1,000 naira. So at the end of the day, they asked me to pay for 2 and I ate one for free. And a customer who was there when I was eating asked the seller to give me extra one, which I end up eating 4 pieces of meat, so sweet. and of course I paid for two, which is 2,000 naira, and the other two was for free, but I started with just three, which I requested before the customer asked them to give me extra one. You all, you see me with meat. I know fish is my favorite, but bush meat is the second thing before goat meat. Guys, this was delicious. Trust me, it's worth all the time and stress.